welcome back to Pure Lottie. So today's video is my go-to glam look. So if you want to see how I did this look, then make sure you keep watching. And if you like today's video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below because it really helps me out. And if you're new, don't forget to join my family. Hit that subscribe button and change that notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. Alright, let's jump in. Okay, let's get started. So first step is my brows. So I use my Lady Me brow stamp because it saves me a lot of time and my brows look like sisters rather than very distant cousins. So just gonna brush them up like I normally would, just so I know where to put the stamp. I always double check and make sure I've got enough product on the stamp as well because I'm getting close to the end at the moment on this one. Okay, and then just going to line up the stencil over my current brow shape and just go in with the product and stamp it on. Starting on the tail as always because that's where you want the darker of the pigment to go and sort of fades to the front. I'm sorry if you can hear any lawnmowers or anything out there. I have been waiting for an hour now for this person to finish. They're still going. And I need to get this done because I need to cook dinner still. So that is my brow done. So I'm just going to do my other one. Okay, so brows are on. So now I'm just going to clean up around them because I like the nice clean brow look. So I'm just going to take whatever concealer I'm going to use for the day. I normally just take a little bit and pop it on the back of my hand. Today I'm using the One Size Beauty. This is the shade Fair 2. I'm just going to take an angled brush and clean it up and then tap it out with my finger. And then the same with the other brow. Okay, then I'm going to prime my eyelids. I'm going to use my Center of Attention Cosmetics Light Beige Eye Primer. And I'm just going to take a little amount on the back of my hand. And I like to use my sponge for this, but you could also use a brush or even your finger and that will work. Okay, I've just zoomed you in a bit so you can see my eyes properly. I've just done the other eye off camera with some primer. You don't need it too much. A little bit goes a long way with this primer. And it's really good for hiding like my veins and freckles and giving me sort of like a blank canvas to start again. It also really helps my eyeshadow last. A lot of eye primers I found didn't work for me. I like this one from COA and I also like the P. Louise ones. That one actually worked really well for me. And I still have a few of them in my drawer actually. Okay, so then on to eyeshadow, and I think it's only fair to do a pink look because that really has been like what I've been doing as my go-to like glam looks recently. Well, for the last 12 months that I've had pink hair. Even before then I did lots of like pink glam looks, but pink is what I tend to go to when I just want to do a glam look and I don't really want to think about it. So I'm going to use my Rated M palette from Center of Attention Cosmetics. Now this palette is now out of stock. She's not bringing this one back unfortunately, but every single shade in here can be brought individually, and you can also buy magnetic palettes and pop all the shades in there. So I'm going to use this palette still because you can still get the shades individually. You don't necessarily have to use the same palette. You can just use the same sort of like colors and create your own look. Okay, so we're going to go with Sucked In, which is this hot pink one up here. You can see I've just hit pan on this one. The tiniest little dot in there. Can't believe I haven't actually hit pan on it already. So we're going to go in with that. I'm just going to tap any creases out to make sure I'm not setting any of them in place. And we're going to put that on the outer corner and into the crease. And I like to tap the pigment down first and then we'll worry about blending after the pigment is tapped down. Okay, now we've got the pigment there, so now we're going to like blend it out. Gonna bring it up, but not too high. You just don't want to go in your brow, but you want to go up towards your brow so you can see it when your eyes are open, especially for my hooded girlies out there. Don't be afraid to go up high. I was super afraid when I very first started getting into makeup, but why go through all that work and just put it there where you can't see it, is my thoughts on it. Seems to be like a party in my street today or something. Everyone's decided they're going to do gardening or ride their quad bikes. So I'm sorry if this is going to turn out a bit choppy, because I'm trying to cut out all the sounds and the dogs barking, because yeah, there's so many sounds out there. So we're going to start off with that. I'm just going to quickly do my other eye off camera. Okay, now we've got the pigment where we want it. I'm going to just grab another brush, more of a curved flat brush, so it's quite thin. Okay, we're gonna get Send It, which you can see I'm definitely well and truly hit pan on this one. It is like a light, like baby pink, but it has a few sparkles through it. But we are going to add some extra sparkles on top of it. Okay, so I'm just going to base that on the first 2/3 of the lid there, just to add a base for when I add some shimmer down, because if you know me, you know I love shimmer. Pink and shimmery things is the way to my heart. And then if you want to blend the edge a bit more, you can just grab the brush that you use for the hot pink and you can blend it together. I wouldn't worry too much about it at this point, because we're going to add a shimmer in over top and you want to blend that, because that's what's going to be seen. So I'll just do the other one off camera. Okay, so if you don't want any extra shimmer, you could just leave it like this and just blend the outer part a little bit more seamlessly if you just want to like keep it matte. Or if you are a shimmery girl like me, then we're gonna add some shimmer on. Now this is in a different palette. This is in the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sickly Sweet palette. And we're gonna go in with Cotton Candy, which is right there. It's like a hot pink shimmer, absolutely stunning. Now if you wanna level it up, I do recommend wetting your brush. So I am actually gonna wet my brush. I tend to just spray a little bit on my desk in front of me. My desk is glass, so it doesn't absorb anything. And I'm just going to use the brush that I used before. I'm just going to turn it to the other side. I'm going to dip it in the setting spray and then dip it in to the shimmer. It just makes it so much more blinding. And then we're going to go over top of that baby pink. You can just keep going in until you've got the pigment to where you want it. Okay, just like that. And then at this point is where I would then pick up the other brush and I would just blend this in a little bit so it's not such a harsh line on the edge there. And just along the crease there as well. Just because we don't like super harsh lines, we want it to look soft and sort of like natural. So just like that. Okay, so that is the eyes to this point. Then there is two things that I tend to do. One, I can either deepen up the outer crease with a brown. It turns the pink like a bit purpley. Or I go in with a glitter liner. I tend to lean more towards the glitter liner because I like to keep it pink and I'm not a huge fan of purple. So let's go in with some glitter liner. I think I'm going to use silver today. Yeah, let's use silver. Yeah, I'm going to go in with silver because I think the pink would get a bit too lost. So I'm just going to go in with my Center of Attention Cosmetics Silver Lining Glitterous liner. Okay, and we're just going to do half the crease graphic line. So I'm just going to start it around there. And I'm just going to slowly take small strokes just to about there. And just go in and fix up anything that you need to. Take note that pretty much where you put it is where you're stuck. You can't move this around, and because you've got pink underneath it, you won't be able to take it off without taking off the eyeshadow underneath. Also, when you go in again like a second time, your line can end up super thick, so I'd be very careful. So I like to take it just a tiny bit further than where my shimmer is. And not every time does the liner look perfect, but basically just like a half circle there. And then I would actually keep looking down whilst I wait for this to dry, just because I do have hooded eyes. I don't want it to transfer down. So I'm just going to do the other eye off camera. Whilst that is drying, I would actually also go in with my mascara. Just pop that on as well, because then that can dry along with the liner. Now I'm not using any fancy mascara today, I'm just using my Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara, because I'm going to put falsies on because this is a full glam look. Okay, and whilst that all dries, I'm going to put my primer on. So I'm using my Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. Let me zoom you out a tiny bit. Okay, so you can see my whole face now. I'm just going to take about 2.5 pumps of this, and I'm going to pop this all over my face. I'm rubbing it between my hands, my fingers, and popping that everywhere to hydrate. And then this can dry down whilst I do my false lashes. So I try and be strategic about things so then I'm not sitting here for ages between each step. Okay, so that should be dried down now. Yeah, I'm not getting anything off. I did give that a few minutes to dry down whilst I did the other steps. So now let's go in with some false lashes. I think, yeah, let's do these ones today. These ones are from Glam Lashes. This is in the style Satin. I just recently showed these in a reviews video. Actually, that might have been the last video that just went up. I'm pre-filming most of my videos at the moment, so I've like filmed, I think like 2 or 3 weeks in advance. So yeah, depends how I put them up. But I'm just going to pop these on off camera because I'm not the best at applying false lashes, and I also do it a very weird way. I put the glue on my lash line before putting the lash on, because if I put glue on my lashes, then I get a whole mess on my lid. So I'm just going to do that off camera. Okay, so we've got lashes on now, and whilst they went on, the face primer has dried down, so we're going to go in with some foundation now. So I'm just using my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte. This one's in 11 Vanilla. I said in a previous video, this is the old packaging, and it looks like the new packaging may have had an ingredient change too. So I can't say what the new one is like, but the old one is my ride or die. So I'm hoping the new one is just as good, if not better. And I'm just gonna go in with my beauty blender and blend the foundation out. And obviously we're wanting medium to full coverage today because we're doing a full glam look, so a decent amount of foundation today. Okay, once you've got your foundation to the coverage that you want, so this is like a full coverage for me, then I'm going to go in with some concealer. I'm just using the One Science Beauty one, and I'm just going to pop it underneath my eyes today. I'm not going to pop it down the center of my face today. I normally do that when my skin's looking a bit dull, but my skin's doing pretty good at the moment, so I'm just going to do it underneath my eyes. And we're just going to blend that out with the sponge as well. Okay, and then I'm going to set that all down with my Center of Attention Cosmetics All Day Slay Powder. This is my Ride or Die powder. Another one that is very similar is the Nikia Joy Cosmetics Velvet Finishing Powder, but I find this one doesn't throw off a colour, so it doesn't add any colour to my skin, whereas the Nikia Joy one has a little bit of like a yellow tint to it. So I'm just going to take some on a triangle powder puff. Got to make sure that I tap out any creases underneath my eye first, because I don't want to set any of them in. Obviously you got creases, there's going to be creases in your makeup. And then I'm just going to set the rest of my face as well. Because of my chemical menopause hot flushes, unfortunately I do have to set my whole face down, otherwise I'll have nothing left on my face by the end. Just gonna focus it in my smile lines as well, prevent it looking super creepy there. And around my nose, because I struggle around my nose with my hot flushes. So I just make sure that I get right in all those creases and set it all in place really nicely. Okay, and then we're going to go in with some bronzer. I'm going to use my Glowish by Huda Beauty. This is in 2 medium. It's my current go-to bronzer. And we're just going to bronze up the cheeks and the forehead. And today I'm going to blush with the Benefit Crystal blush. This is my go-to at the moment. Absolutely love this one. Then I'm going to do a bit of baking. So I'm going to pop some extra powder down here. And I'll do my lower lash line whilst that sets and bakes there. Okay, I'm just going to go back into the Rated M palette and we're going to go back into Sucked In, the hot pink, and we're going to pop that on the lower lash line. Okay, and for the inner corner, I'm going to use the highlighter that I'm using today. So I'm going to take Center of Attention in the Attention Whore palette from COA Cosmetics. And I'm just going to take a small brush. I'm going to wet it with some setting spray. And we're going to pop that on the inner corner here. And a little bit on the brow bone, and then we'll tap that out. Okay, we're going to take bake off now, so just grab a big fluffy brush and I just brush it off and blend it. So it's just highlighted that bottom part, made us look a bit more snatched, and will help the makeup sit there nicely as well. From there, we're going to go in with some setting spray and spray it all over. I like to drown myself in this stuff. This is the Finish Her Center of Attention Cosmetics one, and it will keep that all locked in place for me. Okay, I'm going to go in with that same highlighter once it has dried down slightly, but not fully. And we're just going to pop that on their cheeks. And then I like to just go in with my finger over top and blend it into the skin so it's like nice and seamless. On the Cupid's bow as well, just like that. Okay, and last step is some lips. So we're going to go in with a nice bright pink one. So this is a Glass Act from Center of Attention Cosmetics in the shade Rosy. Okay, so super pink, pink hair, pink eyes, pink lips. I also have pink shoes on. So this is the finished look. So that is my go-to pink glam look. If you've got any other video suggestions for me, let me know down in the comments. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below because it really helps me out. And if you're new, don't forget to join my family. Hit that subscribe button and choose that notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Bye!